As it says on your site, you've been doing these kinds of paintings on and off since 1989 of boxers.
Yeah. Long time.
Yeah.
A lot of boxers.
A lot.
But there's always, and I'll always do them. That's the way I see it. Like, there's always another boxer coming out. There's always a young kid that's ready to start boxing. And what it is these are I take these. It's like that classic promotional photograph that I take where they're holding their hands up. So I take that photograph and then I kind of beat them up. It's as though I'm fighting them in a sense. So I'm kind of having a fight with that figure, or and I also see them as like a self-portrait, in a sense. All of these are sort of portraits of myself, or as someone who's a viewer, it's a portrait of themselves, a mirror image. It's kind of fascinating. It's fun to watch when people go through and they want to buy one and they're picking it out. They're clearly internally sort of looking for something that's about them, and it is. They're sort of looking for this portrait of themselves. And it's kind of fascinating to watch that. It's sort of the classic thing, like I'll have some bald guy come in, and he will inevitably buy the bald boxer, and it's hilarious to watch. It's great.
That's amazing.
It's like, you're looking for yourself in these.
Yeah. So these are in progress, the ones that I just took some video of.
Yeah. They probably have like a couple more layers. Like what I do is I do like a wash, a very thin coat of paint, and I let it drip and splatter, and then I let that dry. And then I put another coat on. So there's sort of these layers of sort of these transparent, almost translucent layers.
What kind of paint do you use?
It's acrylic.
Acrylic.
It's kind of a standard acrylic.
And how long does it take to make one?
The paper ones are fast. That's the idea.
Yeah.
They're almost like drawings, quick drawings, which is why I like to sell. The concept is like I'm just trying to sell them like really inexpensively and make them fast. And just it's kind of like the promotion work in a sense, like just sell as many as I can, and and it's also the concept that like everyone can have one for $40. It's like a great deal for an original painting.
Yeah.
So those ones take like because I do about 10 at a time. I'm constantly rotating because they have to dry, so they really take only about like 3 to 5 minutes, like in all, because each layer is only about like 20 seconds maybe. I'm literally just kind of like throwing the paint on.
Wow.
So those are pretty quick. The larger ones are, those could be like 50, 75 layers. So they're much more time consuming.
Wow. And so you get a lot of the paper for the smaller ones off the street, and maybe we'll go look at those in a second. The big ones, what do you paint those on?
Those are on canvas.
Those are big canvases.
Those are sort of my much more, I call them my serious work, but because the paper pieces you don't know, like it's basically found paper that I find. It's music shows that it's these shows that a lot of them have. I don't know if this one has a date. The 22nd of May. So after I would never pull this off the street until after the 22nd. And then the backs are always white, so I paint on that.
Yeah. Okay. Could you hold that one up? That's the one I'm getting.
Oh, okay.
And flip it over.
Here's the front or back, however.
So is there anything you can say about this? Like,
this is, it's sort of the classic victory pose after the fight. It's that bloodied yet unbowed. He's been beat up, but he's claiming victory. He's the only we don't really know. Like, in essence, is he truly the winner? It is a classic thing in boxing. Sometimes they both hold up their hands as the winner, and then the winner is declared. And it's about winning. It's like who's the winner in life?
Yeah.
Hope we all are.
Yeah. I mean, what I said to you before about it feeling like a sort of sad triumph.
Yeah.
The victory of boxing is you have to like get beat up to win.
It's like you're a loser already. Like once you get hit, that's the way I see it. In the sense that like boxing, once you're hit, you kind of lost. Like it's kind of I don't want to say losing sport because that's not sort of a terrible thing to say, but
yeah. And the drips that come down, I think they're like a big part of the painting, and those are at random, and then do you work around them, or do you know how they're going to go, or how does that work?
I try to control them sometimes a little bit. You can sort of stop a drip I'll literally put the paper on the floor, so it drips about halfway down the paper, and I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. That looks great. So I'll literally lay it on the floor and let it dry a little bit. So I try to control a little bit, but a lot of it's uncontrolled. But over the years I've kind of learned to control it. It's like Jackson Pollock. I mean, he knew where those drips were going.
Really?
He was like he was throwing that paint around, and he knew he knew exactly where stuff was going. It wasn't really random.
Huh.
Because he spent years doing it. Like, really, that was a technique that he sort of figured out.
So clearly you enjoy making these. Like, that's one thing that's really clear.
I do, yeah. I love to paint. I'm an artist. I've always been an artist. I've always wanted to be, and that's what I am. And like I said, I'll always do these. Like, there's always I take these off the internet and off of boxing magazines. So every month there's another boxing magazine that I can trove through and find another boxer that's ready to be painted.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. It's so interesting. Thanks a lot.